Hello everybody, today we're looking at an 840 square foot newly built condo in Toronto. This is a viewer submitted floor plan. There is an epidemic of really bad space planning in newly built high-rise towers all over the world. Toronto is no exception. Let's have a look specifically at this unit. So first of all, there are only windows along the short end. And in a 2-bedroom unit, that is a huge problem because only one of the bedrooms plus the living room can have access to daylight. So what they've done is they placed the secondary bedroom at the back of the unit, and it's really badly designed. It has this glass wall that faces towards the kitchen. Can you imagine being the roommate that lives here and has to look at the kitchen from your bed? The second big issue is there is only a powder room as the secondary bathroom. So if you're the roommate or the guest, you have to go through the kitchen, through the master bedroom, and walk through the closet to have a shower. So it's not very functional. Also, the galley kitchen has all of the appliances really jammed up against each other, and the master bedroom is really long and narrow. There's a lot of wasted space before you get into the walk-in closet. So these ones are really challenging to deal with because of the window situation, and there's not a lot of options. And a 2-bedroom unit obviously captures a lot more cost and is a lot more valuable to the developer than a 1-bedroom unit. So that's why they're marketed like that, but they can't really make them fit because they don't have the window space. So I'm going to propose some changes, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. So the first thing is some organizational changes. I have really rearranged the whole layout of the unit, and I've moved that secondary bedroom from the back by the front door more to the center of the unit because it's closer to daylighting and it's a little bit more of a functional space, and I'll show you that in a sec. First of all, starting out, that powder room I have converted into a full secondary bathroom, which I think is essential to the value of this unit. I've made a freestanding millwork block just next to the front door for the coat closet, and I put the laundry and storage in a separate room. Originally it was in this really big long bank of doors, like bifold doors, which I don't think is a very good layout. So now let's look at the secondary space. What I'm proposing is a door off of the entry that can be closed, and then 2 sliding doors that are probably opaque so that you can close it off and make it a separate room, or you can open it up. So if it was a study space, for example, it could be open to the rest of the unit. If you needed it as a guest bedroom, you could close those doors and you could either have a queen-size bed or you could have a sleeper sofa that fits just against the outside wall. And it is a tight squeeze, but I think in an 840 square foot unit, the sizing makes sense. And then that allows this little nook here to have an additional closet, piece of millwork or furniture as storage for this room. So now let's look at the kitchen. Because I've set up this kind of storage space with the laundry at the end, it now provides a kind of a natural space for our kitchen to fit into. So I'm going to propose that we extend the back galley side of the kitchen all the way to this wall, and then I'm going to put a pantry, and then I'm going to put the fridge next to the pantry with the fridge handle there, and I'm going to put the cooktop now centered on this back counter, so there's lots of room on both sides of the cooktop for cooking, because before, if you remember, the appliances were all jammed up against each other. I'm going to use the same outline as the island that we had before, but I'm just going to really elongate it down so that it's a much more proportional island and we've got a little bit more function. That allows us to put the sink and the dishwasher on the island, and then we can have some counter seating, some stools on the opposite end. And I'm going to suggest that we put the stools on the end that's closer to the living room because this is our main circulation path through the rest of the unit. So now let's go into the master bedroom. So with the smaller proportion, I've made the size around 12 feet by 12 feet, which I think is a lot better for an apartment size bedroom than 17 feet by 12 feet because we don't really have the room. That still allows us to get a really good sized bed proportionately with night tables, and then because I've made the room a little bit wider, we can still get a really good piece of furniture, a dresser, or mount a TV. The closet I'm going to really simplify. I've added 1 drywall wall, and I'm going to put millwork storage on the back side of it and then built-in hanging on the outer side against the side wall. So now it's a walk-through closet. The bathroom I'm going to make a little bit smaller than what it was before, but we're still going to have a full-size shower, a toilet, and a vanity with a sink. And I'm really a big proponent that in 840 square foot units, you really have to keep the bathroom size scaled appropriately. So the living room, I have made it a little bit narrower, but I really don't think that is an issue for the furniture layout, because if you place a sofa across the back, and we've got to make sure that we leave room for the sliding doors. And this can be a 3-seat sofa, which we've got plenty of room for proportionately. And then we can have 2 chairs that face in towards the room, face towards the view, and we can get some really good sized chairs on this side. We still have room for a good sized coffee table and lots of room to kind of walk around and get out the sliding door. And of course we have a really great spot with this little nook for a TV. I think everybody that suggested all your comments about TV locations, I've really taken them seriously, and I've become a better designer listening to all of your feedback. The last thing that we can do, of course, is the dining room table, and there is a really natural spot now for a very good sized dining room table. You could have a round table, you could have an oval table, you could have a square table. I'm going to propose just a rectangular table that would fit something like this in between the kitchen and the dining room, and the proportion and the space to walk around it seems really good. So this is what I'm going to suggest we do for this 840 square foot 2-bedroom, and I say 2-bedroom with quotation marks around it because this really is kind of a flexible space room. It can't really be called a bedroom. I would love to hear what you guys think about this design because these ones are really, really challenging. So you can post a comment or you can send me a message.